Hey my loves, how y'all doing? Melanated Magic here, aka your spiritual thug, coming at you with another banger, giving you some more gems. And also when I post these videos, I am not the all-knowing. I post my videos according to the experience I have had throughout my lifetime. And being an older woman, committing a lot of mistakes because nobody was there to teach me the things that I'm now sharing with you to make my life better at a younger age, and I could have been more advanced. But I do believe that everything happens in life for a purpose. A lot of times when we go through a lot of pain, it's because that pain is going to be used to help others. We can't help others if we have not walked them out in somebody else's shoes to feel another person's pain. I've walked in a million shoes, more than a mile, and I understand the pain that a lot of people go through. And as a matter of fact, I had a young lady, I just felt her energy I could feel that she was sad. And I gave her some encouraging words at the end, and she's like, "You could tell I'm down, you could feel my energy." I said, "I sure can." And I said, "Whatever it is, breathe, say all is well, all is well, all is well, all is well." And I do that several times till I actually start feeling better. It's a short mantra, but very highly effective. So with that, let's get into the video. I don't like to do too much lollygagging before I get into the meat and potatoes of my video. So first of all, are you a black sheep? I know I am. I used to hate being called that, but then I started thinking about it. And if you stop to look at a black sheep among the fold, they like stick out, right? Because all the sheep are white, and then you have that little black sheep, which I believe they have to be taken care of more because of the fact that they stand out and are at a greater risk of danger. Does that sound like something familiar with your life? Because it has been my life story. I have been labeled the black sheep. I'm definitely the black sheep. And now I embrace being called a black sheep because, for one, he says his sheep hear his voice and no other will they answer. And I believe that that calling is something internal, because it says that the kingdom of heaven is within you. Our problem is we're always looking on the outside as to what's already on the inside. So if you're a black sheep, you ought to consider that an honor. That means you are not like the rest of your relatives. You do not fit in with certain circles, if not most. And your friends sometimes find you weird. Like when my youngest son was small, they used to call him a weirdo in school. And of course, children can be some of the most evil people in the world, and we excuse it because they're young. But believe me, children know right from wrong after a certain age. They are at an age of accountability. So I told him not to consider that as an insult. It's just because some children don't know any better, or their parents don't teach them what they need to learn at home. So I told him that pretty much what they're trying to say is you're different from the rest of us, and we find that peculiar because you're different. So we just find you peculiar. So he stopped crying because he was a little boy. And I said, yeah, so guess what? Your mom is a weirdo too. We're both peculiar. Do you want to be like everybody else and be a jerk like all these other children? Or do you want to stand out in a special way? And he's like, yeah, I don't want to fit in with the rest of these mean children. And he embraced being a weirdo from that day on. So now we're a family of weirdos, as they call us. It's because we think different. I trained my sons from the time they were young to not look down on anyone and not look up to anyone, but to treat everyone with equal respect until they reveal who they desire to be at the moment, and then you treat them accordingly, right? Because we're not here to be floor mats at the same time. So that's my situation. I'm a black sheep. I'm a proud black sheep, and you just see things different. And that doesn't mean that it's wrong. It's just because they don't embrace or open their minds up. And usually the black sheep are the ones who are more open-minded, more understanding, more empathetic, more loving. And they experience so much pain and trauma that a lot of times we grow up being rough and being overly passionate and just blowing up at everything because we just don't know how to control our inner world, because we were raised to feel like we don't belong, because we don't desire to fall in line with what those around us are doing. Like I give you an example. When I was a little girl, I was born Roman Catholic, and my mother used to take me to the Roman Catholic Church. And I hated lighting up incense to these statues, because I was like, these dumb, stupid statues, why do I have to light incense to them? Like, can they breathe? Can they look? I didn't even realize what I was saying when I was a little girl, but I was already aware because it was inside of me. But I was too young to acknowledge what it was. And my mom used to pinch me in church, and I used to have to burn that incense because I was being forced to do it, right? But now that I'm older, I understand, and I know full well that I can do whatever I desire. I don't have to follow what everybody else does. And if they don't like it, that's fine by me. If they find it demonic, if they think I'm a witch, I don't care what people think. I don't mind being the different one in the group, because I've always been that person. So why am I now going to feel awkward about it when it has been my life journey that I've never quite fit in anywhere? For one, because I'm of mixed cultures. And I don't know about you, but if you're of mixed cultures, it's, people of color say, oh, you don't know what it's like being colored in this country. And other people are like, oh, you don't know the racism we go through. And I'm like, no, you do not understand what mixed people like me go through, because we're never quite enough of anything to other people who judge us as though we, told our parents to go and do what they did together to create this offspring. But you cannot tell me I do not have a place in this world, that I don't belong here. If not, I wouldn't be here. And because of all the nations mixing up with each other, there came us, the mixed children, right? We're of mixed cultures. And there's nothing more difficult than not having anywhere to fit in, because you're not white enough, you're not colored enough, you're not brown enough, you're not Indian enough, you're not Chinese enough. You're like a conundrum. You're like, what do you call it? Kaleidoscope. We're different tones. Like, I'm 4 different skin color tones, right? And I embrace that. I embrace all of who I am. I embrace my native side. I embrace my African side. I embrace my Hispanic side. All of who I am, I embrace it. And even what I don't even know, because it's beautiful. It's beautiful to be you and not fit in with anybody else. But try being of mixed cultures and then being in a family where you're not received well, and nobody has your back. Nobody. And the few that act like they have your back, they don't really have your back, because when the crap hits the roof, their true colors reveal. And at my age, I stopped trying to make up for something I never did wrong to my relatives, but they've always held things against me that were not my fault. And that is what a scapegoat and a black sheep are for. They have to have you play the role of the black sheep so they could feel like they have someone to dump all of the guilt, all of their bull crap on, and they could feel good within themselves because, hey, let's blame it on the scapegoat. Let's blame it on the black sheep, right? So you have to learn to love yourself enough where you accept all of who you are, and you know where you need to do your work, where you need to change, where you need to improve. Like a young lady walked in a while ago, and she was just real impatient, agitated. She was fussing about everything, just very low vibrational, and I just kept quiet and observed. So then when her friend came in to get seen, I was like, your friend, she looks like she's not in a very good mood. He's like, yep, that's her all the time. And I was like, well, that's not a good thing. She's so pretty to be so angry. I said, but you got to stop and count, be grateful for everything and count your blessings. He's like, right, we woke up this morning. I say, yeah, we have all our hands, we have our faculties, we have our right mind. We can walk, we have clothes on our back, we have food on our table. There's so much more to be grateful for than the things we're upset about, but it's where we choose to put our focus in, right? Well, a little while later, I guess he said something to her, and she thought I was upset with her. She thought she was upset with that. I thought she was upset with me. And I was like, no, sweetheart, I'm telling you for your own good, because you're a very young lady and you're so beautiful to be this upset over simple things. Don't let those things make your day and change your energy. Find reasons to smile. And when you desire to get angry, just pause and breathe. And she breathed, and I said, oh, it's well. I said, think of the positives as well, and maybe you won't get so impatient, because patience is a virtue. And people tell me here that I'm so patient, and I'm like, really? Because I really don't think I'm as patient as I need to be sometimes, but I am. I have worked on being more patient, because I understand that everybody's not where I'm at, and I cannot expect for everybody to be where I'm at, and other people are at another level that I'm not, and they cannot understand why I'm not there, right? So we have to find ways to be compassionate with each other, as long as we're not being disrespected and being dogged out. And you feel the energy. If you're spiritual, you feel the energy. If you're chosen, you know what you know. Sometimes you can't even explain certain spiritual things, much as we try. We get as close to it as possible, because sometimes when the Most High reveals something to us, it turns out that it's so deep that he doesn't even desire for you to share it. It's like it jumbles up in your mind, and in your mind you get it clear, but you can't quite put it in words. And I believe the Most High does that, because the Most High desires for each of us to come to that divinity within ourselves. And if people tell us everything, it destroys everything. That's why I make my videos kind of short, because I long to not persuade you, but encourage you to desire to research. Like, if you hear something that I say that resonates with you, look further into it. Don't just take all my words for it. I'm just as human as you. But again, I'm sharing what has been working for me, what's not, because we're evolving beings. And as my channel continues, you're going to go seeing me evolve too. Some days I'm going to be more passionate, more fiery, because, and other times I just desire to be calm and peaceful. It depends on the subject. It depends what we're talking about. But as a Black sheep, don't let people label you that way, like you're a bad person. You have the biggest heart. You just misunderstood, and people don't try or desire to understand you at a deeper level, because people just judge by the first appearances they see, instead of really focusing on what that person is about. Sometimes I can feel the energy that I'm like, I don't even desire to bother with it, and because other people are dead set on being who they are, and you could tell. It doesn't take long to figure people out once you're spiritual and you're chosen, because the Most High will go revealing things about people. You might not know everything, but you're going to know important things that the Spirit of the Most High is going to place within you to understand that. So please love on yourself. Don't feel bad being labeled as a Black sheep. Feel honored, because that means you're the chosen one in your family, and all that stuff you're going through, all that heartache and betrayal and gossip and people mocking you and ridiculing you and talking trash about you. Don't let that get to you, my love, because cry and let those tears be heard by the Most High. Let those tears go up into the ethers. Burn a black candle and let those tears be your language to the Most High. Let the Holy Spirit translate your tears to the Most High, so that you can be able to accept and love yourself and evolve as the Most High goes helping you to evolve where you need to evolve, because we all have different personalities because of the callings we have, and we don't know where we're going to end up, where we're going to need that strength, because all these things that seem chaotic in our life later on becomes the reason why we're so strong and powerful and can tolerate what a lot of people can't tolerate. I tell you, if I tell you my life story, I don't think a lot of people would have lasted even at the very beginning. That's how much I've been through. But as you see me now, I'm whole, I'm healthy. The Father has blessed me with a certain level of wisdom, and I'm always seeking more, because I desire to be better here within my avatar and my humanity, to seek and search and see myself as a soul having an experience in this flesh, right? And the more you learn, the more controlled you become, and the more happy you become, because you find that inner peace that you don't need to explain to everybody, whether you're a Black sheep or whatever, because people that truly love you are not going to label you that way anyway. But think about how rare a Black sheep is. Go and look that up. How rare is a Black sheep? You ought to feel happy that you're rare, baby. You're a rare gem. And you're just like a diamond being polished, honey, till it's your time to shine. So I hope those words resonated with you. I love you so much. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. And I'll catch you on the next video. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you catch my videos when I post. And hit that like button. And If it inspired you and you think somebody can be inspired by this, maybe somebody's going through it, maybe these words is going to be what they need to hear to help them be more at peace and to embrace their self-love more, despite what everybody outside of them is trying to put into their subconscious. Okay, so I love you so much. Peace out, and I'll see you on the next one.